Did you know that for this movie, director Lin-Manuel Miranda has said that the character of Tamatoa the giant crab was a tribute to musician David Bowie. So Moana is just a really amazing movie. There are so many good things going on in this movie, and it's always really fun to watch this movie, sing along to the songs, and a lot of people really love Moana for a lot of reasons. And I have 3 reasons why I love this movie, and the last reason is my favorite. First reason I love this movie is the story and the animation. So the story isn't anything super crazy. Disney has had this formula for a pretty long time, following a rebellious character, in this case Moana. We always know like the reason the character is rebelling may look bad for a moment, but when you find out why they're doing it, it's actually for a good reason. And the dynamics between them and a family member or whoever is usually because the family member doesn't want that person to get hurt, because they know what life is like, they've been through some crazy things. All these reasons and these characters are coming from good intentions, and they just want what's best for each other. Like I said, it's a very formulaic story, but at the same time, you know, it's still really well done, so really well executed. So I have no problem with this story that I've seen a few times now. And on a little side note, I just want to point out the beauty and the animation done in this movie. If the story doesn't grab you and intrigue you, the animation definitely will. I think the animation just really goes hand in hand with the story of journey and self-discovery, and just the beauty of the islands and the creatures and the birds and the fish, and just how everything looks so realistic. Like the animation style here is beautiful. It's just so well crafted. So I mean the animators put in so much work to make this movie look as gorgeous as possible. So I just want to give them a little credit, because I'm always blown away by the beauty of this movie. Second reason I love this movie is the fun characters and the lessons learned in this movie. Of course we got Moana, you know, the center character, the main character, just you're cheering for, right? You want her to pursue her dreams. You want her to be successful. You want her to find out why she's been called by the ocean her whole life. Maui, we gotta talk about Maui, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I really admired this about The Rock. He admitted that when he did, you know, get this role, and he's never done a voice acting gig like this before, and to make sure that he was doing it right, he would ask a lot of the actors around him, like, is he doing a good job? Like, if he was doing a good job. He wanted to make sure that when he portrayed Maui, that he was actually engaging people. He was actually doing a good job, and I admire that in an actor. Like, I admire someone who's so dedicated to their craft that they want to make sure that they're doing their very best job. And who knows, the dude had pipes. I mean, the guy can sing. He's a very, very talented individual. Maui and her actually share a lot of similarities. One, they're both rebels. Moana is a rebel for going against her people. She was rebellious. She went out and did it. Maui was a little bit different, but in the way he was the same. He was a rebel. He's seen as a rebellious character because he is. He's a demigod who thinks he has nothing to lose at times, but he also stole the heart to please the gods. By doing that, it looked like he rebelled against humanity. So they're very rebellious characters. That's the one big thing they share, but they're both on the same journey of self-realization and taking the courage to really figure out who they are, because they both made some pretty big mistakes. There are times they're both flying blind. They don't really know what to do. So they're in the journey together, and that's why their relationship is so deep and their characters are so impactful. Then the life lesson here, the biggest life lesson in this movie is to have courage. It's a story about courage. It's a story about finding purpose. Everyone in life wants a purpose. Everyone in life has a purpose. And some, it may take them a very long time to figure out what their purpose is. They may have to do some uncomfortable things. But if they truly believe like that's what they have to do to find out who they are, they have to do it. And Moana is setting that example for people who maybe are wondering why they're here. She's the one you look at and you say, oh wow, like look what she did. Everyone in life is special. Don't get me wrong, everyone in life is special. But there are people out there who are called to higher purposes. There are people out there who are called to a path that many don't understand, and Moana is one of those characters. And it's for those people out there who can relate. And then the last reason, and I'd say my favorite reason, is I love the cultural impact this movie has. Disney has always been really, really good at including everyone. Their inclusivity has been around for a very, very long time. I know nowadays it seems like it's a little forced at times, But I just feel like when Disney didn't try as hard, like during these times, the 2010s, I felt like it came off better. And, you know, they stayed true to the actors as well. 90-some% of the actors in this movie are at least half Polynesian. And so you get to see all these different traditions and cultures that they have, their belief systems. It's really beautiful when you see these cultures just come to life. You know, the work they went into just making sure that they knew everything about Polynesian culture was a lot. They wanted to make sure they did right by not only people who are this ethnicity and come from this area in the world, but they want to make sure that they're educating people about this culture in the right way. So I highly recommend, if you haven't seen Moana in a while, check it out again. Just because, like I said, it's a beautiful movie, but also Moana 2 is coming out in November. So just get yourself geared up for that, get yourself in the mind space, get excited. Can't wait for it, and I will definitely be there day one to review for y'all so you can see what it's all about. So for Moana, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 Mudflaps. Remember, leave me a thumbs up and drop in the comments below. What is your favorite cultural Disney movie? See you next time.